Welcome back to round 2, where we exit the vaginal canal.
Yeah, this is a Magic School Bus campaign.
Absolutely.
The episode 1 for context.
All right, so in the previous episode, we gathered the party and found out that the mayor's daughter had been kidnapped during the devil attack. So, our ragtag group of adventurers has now traveled through the gateway into hell in the basement of the mayor's beloved home. And this is where we will pick up. Everybody ready to go?
We crawled into the mayor's basement vagina.
And exited hell.
Oh, through the anus. Got it.
I'm ready.
And erect.
All right. So, since you went through first, Frank, we'll go ahead and we'll start with you. So, as you feel your feet as you're traveling through like this fleshy carapace around you tunnel thing, is it kind of like carrying you through? Almost like peristalsis muscles pushing you through an intestine, almost is what it kind of like, what you would guess it would feel like.
A little dirty.
You feel your feet start to warm, almost like they're sitting up next to a fire, and then it starts to crawl up your legs as you get ejected out of this meat tube on the other side, and you land onto the charred grounds of hell.
As my first action, I would take out some holy water and a little bit of cloth and just start cleaning myself down.
Like a wet nap.
Yeah.
So
Christ,
as you
wet
come out,
nap.
you notice that like none of your there's no like viscous fluids or anything on you at all as you come out the other side.
Oh, it's not about that. It's about how it feels in my head.
You all start to feel the similar thing as you step through the other side of the fleshy curtains.
All right.
Oh, God.
Everybody, remind me of the time I went to the Storm Giant Village.
What
as
can I taste it?
So as you guys kind of like look around, you look like you're almost in like a forest after a large forest fire is the scene around you. You could smell the char in the air. You could see like kind of like where like the clouds, like very dark stormy type clouds, are like kind of moving around in an overcast fashion, with a steady wind behind it. Everything looks like it's just burned and ash, and as every time a gust of wind picks up, you can see like limbs kind of, you can hear them crack off into the distance as they're falling lifeless to the ground, and you can hear the sounds of chains kind of clanking off into the distance forward to you guys. And as you kind of like look up, you can see that there looks to be almost buildings off into the distance.
Right. Okay. Rudy starts looking around on the ground and sees if there's any signs or indications where those individuals who took her went. He's assuming it's the city, but if they took like an off-beaten path.
No, you can see generally like, because you're in a wooded area, there's no like roads or anything like that.
There is a sign, like a green, like mile distance sign with an arrow pointing towards those buildings, and it says Amazon warehouse.
I'm coming for you, Bezos.
I had to throw that in there. I had to throw that in there.
Coming for you, Bezos.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Bezos Club.
Circa 2023.
God
All right.
damn.
So as you're like looking around, you do notice that there are drag marks and breaks inside of like what almost look like clawed feet that had dug into the ground as they were pulling something out of here. Is that what you look like? And then after about 5 or 10 feet of the drag marks, you see them kind of disappear off, going a direction going kind of in the direction of the city, or what looks to be buildings.
All right, so I'm gonna track them as a barbarian.
All right. So you kind of get this weird, like as you're like going through your thing, you notice the drag marks and stuff, and then you could kind of like, you notice where those clawed feet, where they would turn, and like the nicks on the ground where the claws would like hit, where they would take a step, where the claws would just barely lightly dig in as they stepped off. You could see those and follow that as a trail. Like you can watch
Okay.
it.
While he's doing that, I go, all right, Rudy. I'm not Rudy. I'm Rudy. Fuck. All right, Rag. All right, Rag. Can you find him?
Immediately, Reg's going to give him a straight up nod and then get down all fours, sniffing. The booze is this way. And he just keeps like spider crawling, following the track.
Before he goes any further, I do want to cast Find Traps.
Good choice. However, there are no traps in the area.
All right, again.
At this stage, I'm going to follow behind Ragnar, just be like, that attaboy, go boy, go. And just...
When you get home, we'll have a Ragnar snack for you.
All right, everybody give me a pull. Everybody.
This is some kind of fucked up
Okay.
Scooby.
Oh, Lord.
You're pulling for Frank, I know.
Oh, the suspense.
King of Diamonds.
That's queen.
All right, cool. Awesome.
Three of
So
diamonds.
thank you for that. That will go into how the next scene sets up. All right, so as you guys are walking along and everything and you're following Rag, you know, you can hear off into the distance a little bit of cracking, stuff like that. Every once in a while you hear like this weird, like almost like a weird back and forth rapid scratching sound, just like almost like a rattlesnake kind of tail. But it's very much more, instead of just being a constant buzz sound, it's more of a rhythmic scratching sound. And it'll go for like a second or two and then be gone. And it seems almost like kind of like it echoes off through the forest. And you'll hear it every once in a while. Manatee, you notice absolutely fucking nothing. There are peaches of green and fields, and you're traveling through to the fucking city. Just bebopping along. You notice not a fucking
In
thing.
hell of all places, but you bebop.
I'm just happy I get to kill some demons, maybe.
Go ahead and give me another group poll.
9.
The suspense.
Ooh.
5 of spades.
5 of diamonds.
Oh, God.
All right. Rudy, you are the only one. As you're kind of like paying attention, you guys are hearing the you hear what it sounds like. The direction of it is coming from behind you, and you hear it like start the scratching here and it like moves past you almost like a weapon that was making that sound was being thrown past you.
Yeah, I just like right as I recognize him, get down, and Rudy hits the deck.
What do you guys do?
Well,
I'm already on fall 4, still spider crawling, following the trail.
am I able to perceive that's what I'm supposed to do?
I mean,
You
you
guys-
heard me say get down.
All right.
He heard a direction. You guys didn't hear the direction. You guys just kept hearing the normal scratching sound. Except for you. You still have no fucking idea anything.
Yeah. You're just bebopping away.
I just go, huh?
I'm not going to get down, but I'm going to pull out my Warhammer.
Everything has gone dead silent now. You're not hearing anything. And you guys
Pulls out
remain
his
in this.
mace.
You're about 30 seconds into just absolute dead silence.
Let me see. Can I do detect evil and good?
You can absolutely do detect evil. It is all around you, buddy. Everything lights up in a nice red outline.
It's around
Boom!
us, penetrates us.
It's everywhere. In fact, you guys are the only motherfuckers without red around you.
I'm gonna like look down at them
Every
like
time.
I'm a light pink.
like,
May I
I think
may
we're
I-
surrounded, guys.
may I cast dispel magic?
You can. Are you trying to specifically target anything?
Well, I just hear dead silence, so I suspect that silence got tested. Maybe
Okay.
because something weird's happening.
So you're gonna just in a radius type thing?
Yes.
Okay. So as you do that dispel magic, go ahead and you notice that this weird, almost like large mosquito is just sitting on this tree that wasn't like kind of like forms in front of you.
Oh,
It's
shit.
mad about. But when I say mosquito, I'm not talking mosquito. I'm talking mosquito.
One of them Floridian mosquitoes.
He was strong as an ant. If it was this big.
You're gonna hear
Is
as its wings,
Is this a goddamn sturge?
as its wings flicker. You're hearing the sound,
Well, shit.
and then you start to hear it coming from all around you.
Rudy's just gonna be like, all right, everybody just stay real fucking quiet. We
Well,
don't want to piss him off.
Well, we have new friends, don't we?
Exactly. Friends.
Yeah.
And it's just like slowly slinking away. Ragnar, you stay down there. Good boy.
This whole time, I've still been sniffing the booze trail. It looks like they lingered here for a second.
It's a good dwarf dog.
And
I
I'm
want to
gonna
know how the
try
fuck he
and-
found a booze trail on a child. I don't get it. We're just gonna call it that.
And I'm gonna try and like lead us out of here in the most like noiseless way that we can get.
Everybody, give me a pull.
Shit.
Well,
like you.
okay. They're gonna try to do that. I am gonna try and summon spirit guardians.
8 of clubs.
I thought he said friends.
Yeah, we want to be friends.
Oh, you're trying to cast that spell?
No, we're just trying to leave without them getting pissed off.
They're trying to avoid the problem.
They're mosquitoes. All right.
No, they're not mosquitoes.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with whatever one it was.
All right, everybody beat my 4. So,
Hooray!
So you can hear the randomly around you, but you're just like, they don't seem to be pissed off or swarming or freaking out in any way. They're just letting you move on through.
Rudy's like, see, we take it nice and easy. Everything will be fine. Mostly.
Are we going in the opposite direction or going forward as we're getting through? I just wanted to make sure I understood which direction.
My understanding is that you're going forward through it, just
Yeah,
continuing to just
Yeah.
Okay.
be
We're just
very
being delicate.
on guard. So you guys are getting toward a little bit closer. You kind of see, like, as the terrain moves, it does get slight hilly where you're going to go into like some down like some draw areas and then come up to a crest and a hill. As you come up for one particularly, though, you can hear what sounds to be like words kind of coming from the other side. However, you can't understand what it is they're fucking saying.
The vessel and whatnot.
And you can't tell if they're at the top of the hill that you're coming up on, but they're definitely on the other side of it, at least.
At that point, Rudy's gonna be like, all right, everybody hold it here for a second. I'm gonna be back, try and see what's ahead of us. Frank, stop.
At this
Damn it.
point, I'm gonna go ahead and like
Does Ragnar just keep going? Oh, shit. All right, Ragnar, as you're traveling up, Rudy, I'm going to give you a chance to catch him.
Oh boy.
Get his attention or whatever it is you're going to try to do.
you're
All right.
That's a 2.
So, Rudy, as you go after Ragnar, you're going to step on one of the fallen branches. Foot just planted on there, like, oh shit.
At this point, my Rags in the head's gonna snap back around, look directly at him, and go, and then gets back to just like sniffing the trail.
Ragnar, as you get up over the top of the hill, you come face to face with a large chain devil. Because he is literally face to face, because he went over the hill on all fours to look for you because of the cracking sound. So you guys have met at the crest of the hill and are now nose to nose.
You guys need help
Look
up
at him
there?
go. Sniff, sniff. Water! And just hit it with the axe as hard as I can.
Give me a roll.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
King of Hearts.
All right. Now I'm gonna do for the other barb devil or the other chain devil that
All
and
right.
he's a king of clubs. So what'd you get? A king of hearts?
Yeah.
All right, so you managed to dodge the swing from that one. So as you come down with the axe and you slam it into the forehead of the other one, you just lean back far enough as one of the hooks of the chain from the other one swings around to catch you in the neck, and you're just outside of reach as it swings back around, and you just see the other one swinging his chain. You guys see this devil at the top of the hill, and mind you, it's not like a super huge incline. It's maybe 10 feet from y'all. So you guys would be able to get in, engage, whatever.
I call for spirit guardians.
All right.
Spirit guardians.
You get your spirit guardians.
Off the
and
niner.
this is how many spirit guardians are there?
Yeah, how many are you getting?
Let me see. Cast a spell. You can designate how many creatures.
It would just be the ones that we're hostile against, right?
Yeah, so I guess I'll call 2.
Okay.
What do these spirit guardians look like exactly? It's important, trust me.
Nancy, I'm going to give it to you to describe it.
So we're going like Catholic Warhammer with the spirit weapon I summoned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine Dwarven Knights Templar coming in from the heavens, armed with axes and hammers.
Okay. So as these two lovely winged things land in front of you and start charging, yelling at each other in Dwarven, you guys all give me a poll.
Everyone, or just
All of you.
oh god.
Queen of Spades.
Yay, something useful.
All right. The three of you, not you, Aaron, true Aaron, sorry. You kind of like hear that sound, that shaking sound, you know? Except you hear a fuckload of it as these two guardians start descending down. And if you look behind you, you now see that you pissed off all the mosquitoes by summoning Heaven's Light into the middle of a fucking forest full of demon mosquitoes.
Well, shit.
Good God.
And these things
God
are
damn it!
fucking mad. And you see almost like in the old cartoons where you see just like a couple of them in the outline, but you see like the massive gray swarm as they're turning into almost like a bug tornado, spinning up and going up into the air, and they are starting to turn and come down towards you.
Is Night on Bald Mountain playing while this is happening too?
Oh,
To be
yeah.
honest, everyone, I expected Frank to fuck up the party more like this.
You know, I did too, but somehow I became an idiot savant instead. Here we are.
At that point, Rudy would look at Frank and go, "Do the cigarette thing again!"
So at this point,
That's insane.
at this point, I'm going to take the bottle of communion wine that I had in my satchel. I came prepared for all things religion. I'm going to sip the whole bottle and then proceed to spit the alcohol onto the swarm of bugs and then try to use searing smite on the alcohol that's spraying onto the bugs. And as I do this, I'm going to scream, "May the power of Christ compel you."
All right, so as these thousands of mosquitoes are charging at you, spit a little bit of wine. You hit like the first 3 or 4, and you see them agonizingly fall to the ground. But the other 300 or 400 barreling at you are gonna hit the guardians as they land onto the ground while they're running and screaming Dwarven.
I'm going to turn and look at Rudy. I tried to do the cigarette thing.
I appreciate it.
And you can see they have no interest in you. They are 100% trying to kill the angelic, celestial, created magical beings that are defiling their homeland.
At that point, Rudy's going to be like, Ragnar, I saw alcohol that way, and just start running away from the fight in in a roundabout direction to where we're supposed to go, trying to get basically because it seems like the demons are going to be dealing with the angels, the bugs are dealing with the angels. We get the fuck out of here. This is a grab and go. We're not here to fuck around.
I'm going to look
at
back
the mention of booze. I'm gonna axe still embedded in home dude's chains and head. Hop up, go booze, kick, take the axe out of the head, and book in that direction, following Rudy.
I'm gonna look over at Rudy. Are we really just gonna leave these demons unsmoten?
Unsmoten.
Wait, Cons, listen. There's 1,000 of these things here. We'll find some more for you to smoke.
But we have the power of God. We have the power of God on our side.
He's got a point.
We've also got the power of anime, but I don't see it helping us.
Thank you for taking the bet.
At the end of this discussion, you guys kind of see the two dwarven dudes just getting fucking beat to fuck by these swarm of mosquitoes as they are just slamming themselves like kamikaze style into the fucking ground in the area around them, just getting buried by these things.
I'm gonna look at that and then kind of change my point of view and just run the other way.
Fair enough.
This is truly a Zergling rush. All right, so you guys are taking off. You start running. You hear the sound of the wings and stuff kind of start fading into the distance. And you get away from the barb devils, and you can see that the city is really starting to come into view. But as you get closer, you notice that the way the buildings are hewn together is it's not like they have the same shape as you would expect, like a medium to large size village would have to it. You know, the exterior walls, gates, same style buildings and stuff like that, except everything seems to be made out of flesh or sinew or bone plating instead of like where you see the cobblestone. It's more like a bone plating against the wall. And you can almost see like organs pulsating in some places along like the battle standard and stuff like that, and very, very much gross, sinewy buildings.
I look around. Well, we're not in Kansas anymore.
You know, as horrifying as it might be, the architecture is actually pretty lonely.
Why do you say that? It looks disgusting.
I'm gonna walk up to...
But it's more interesting than a fucking wooden building. God, you people have no appreciation for art.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the buildings and see if there's a door. And I just want you to describe the state of the door. Like, is there a regular doorknob? Is it like a flesh thing that you pull? Like,
you want to pull on the flesh thing?
So you look like you notice that there's no like real doors.
Crank the shaft.
Yeah, there's no like real doors. Like there's the entrance areas, but instead of them being like squared off and 90 degrees door there, they're more of like an archway essentially in shape. They vary in size. Some are smaller, like only the doors are really going to be able to get in there, versus some much larger ones where you got a good 15 feet of clearance to get through, like the front gate area. It doesn't have the same, like as you get in, other than the shape in the distance, like everything normal city kind of just like leaves your presence, and you realize you're like almost standing on what could be a living city.
just gonna keep poking. I'm like, yeah, Rudy, interesting. Yes, very interesting, and continue to poke the flesh on the wall.
Thank you.
You notice that
Alright.
there's like no denizens or anybody walking around out and about either. Like it's very much so looks abandoned. Like this is just here for show. It's not here for anything. Like you don't see anything that would indicate anybody actually living here to your knowledge. Like what you would normally see, like shops or anything like that.
Ragnar's gonna look around, immediately reach up, grab Rudy's shirt, pull him down suddenly. There's no people. No people, no booze. No booze, you lied.
Hey, listen. I didn't lie. Look, and I like sleight of hands a bottle of alcohol, like a little one, out of my pocket. I keep this for emergencies.
All right, but we better find another city. He just grabs the little bottle, takes the top off, starts sipping on it.
As he starts sipping on the little bottle, you hear what can only be the scream of a young woman coming from further inside of the city.
That sounds like a party! And just beeline it.
Rudy starts chasing after it, trying to figure out like where it could be coming from. Because if these buildings are made of flesh, that means that the sound doesn't get thrown around like in a normal like stone.
It's very much
city.
sound dampening, so you're gonna know the direction that you hear it from.
Yeah. So he's like, "It's this way, guys. Come on." And he follows Ragnar because Ragnar's already halfway there.
Just for clarification, is Ragnar still on all fours as he's going forward? Because it's important.
Obviously.
Okay,
no, he's on 3 because he's finishing up the little airplane
bottle.
What?
That's fair. Yeah. It's a stupid fucking question.
He's on all fours,
while he's got the
right hand is just the 3 fingers, while it's got the neck of the bottle wrapped in. He's just there's a little bottle hole in the dirt along the way.
Speaking out.
Jesus. All right, so you guys know the general direction. It's not that difficult to get to discern, excuse me. So as you guys are moving through and you notice this disgusting architecture around you seems to just kind of continue, but it's like no 2 buildings look the same. Almost like somebody designed different, like, or designing different homes essentially out of this fleshy, sinewy material. And as you guys kind of get towards the area, you hear another scream, and you guys change direction. You start running off in the direction you guys hear the scream from this time, because I'm assuming you guys are just beating feet moving forward, trying to get to where this young girl is screaming from.
Hopefully.
All right. So as you guys round what will be the final corner in this maze you've twisted your way through of fleshy buildings, you come into like almost like a town square essentially, where you see the young girl that you guys were sent after, except she's, much 10 years aged as where she was as like a 7-year-old in that picture. About 17, 18 years old, looks pretty disheveled because, she just got drugged through hell to be set on this town square. She's in almost like a stockade. There's nobody around though. It's just her in the middle of this area, just crying and weeping and screaming, chained up and unable to escape.
I cast detect good or evil.
Okay, you can tell that she's good.
Okay, is there anything surrounding her that?
Everything else is evil. Everything else is evil.
Okay.
Still on his like all 4 motions, protecting the bottle as best he can. He like crawls all the way over to where the stockade is, sniffing the whole way. Booze, and he just looks up at the face, like facing down towards him.
So you see this extraordinarily frightened girl, and she's like, "Save me! They're gonna make me one of them." And she points.
Where does she point?
She just points.
I
follow the point.
At this moment, go ahead and give me a pull on the cards.
Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
6 and 9.
I don't know how to let facial. Oh, okay.
I get to fuck with Frank on these draws, and I'm happy about it.
All right, so
I can see the apprehension here.
Frank and Chris, you guys kind of like look up, like all of you collectively look up together, and you're like looking, and all you guys kind of see is buildings. Frank and Chris, however, you notice as you kind of like look closer, you start to see what's reminiscent of what could have been a face that's formed and morphed and changed and looked almost to like it was stretched over the canvas that is this building.
At this stage of like, that's disgusting. I'm going to immediately try to break with my hammer the fleshy stockades that are like holding this girl in the center.
All right. Like I said, this is a grab and go. We know where we need to head. We got the girl. Let's get out.
So soon as you say that, you're going to hear behind you guys as you go the other direction. Before you get a chance to turn around and head back the way you came, you're going to hear this loud, almost whoosh sound of large wings, and you're going to hear the thud of landing behind you.
I'm just going to sigh. Can never be easy. Not once.
Don't. Rudy says, you keep doing what you're doing. I'll give you some time. Hello, sir.
As you turn around, you're going to see winged demon, probably about 12 feet tall, and you're going to see these very large protruding horns as they kind of like stick out forward, almost like a bull that wants to gore you, kind of like just has like the perfect arch and everything to it. The end of the tail has a flame like Charizard. It's just nasty looking. Big old pit fiend standing there. And you can see that even though he's this big hulking mass, you can like look at him and notice like some of the patchwork of like he almost has like patchwork clothing on him that looks like tanned leather, except you can see people's faces in it and different things of that nature, like tattoos from the people that he has killed, like utilized in as like almost like an artwork of his clothing that he's wearing.
You know, I was about to say at least he's civilized. Then you mentioned the whole like, oh, he has clothes. Oh, his clothes is made out of human flesh. Got it. Awesome.
So Rudy goes, oh, that's a mighty smart coat you have there, sir. What's your name? If you don't mind my asking.
I can't do a good demon voice, so I'm not even going to bother trying. Okay. But he's just going to kind of like look forward at you. You're taking my art.
Rudy immediately goes, I got this. And he goes, listen, as a man who appreciates art, and by the way, this city, gorgeous, really thought-provoking stuff, honestly. I can appreciate you. Hi. Yeah. Do you remember how you should shut the fuck up?
Oh, I'm sorry. You want bugs in your mouth?
I would love it. As I was saying, city's gorgeous. We were thinking, we could get you a couple of other things for your art project, but this particular one, we need it back.
Really?
You're going to see his face start to adjust a little bit as you can kind of like see the intrigue wash over his face.
And Rudy has his hand behind his back, and he's like doing this to signal to the others, do something.
I'm going to cast Insight Plague on him.
At this stage, while they're casting, I'm going to go ahead and take my hammer and go behind the demon to try and like hit him in the back of the skull.
You're gonna fucking El Kabong the goddamn.
I got Acme Dynamite right under him.
So right as you go, you see the intrigue kind of like wash over his face. You're gonna see as you start to go around him, Frank. He's just gonna kind of like take a half step back, just to keep you from being able to get in behind him, and he's just gonna kind of like keep his eyes trained here. Just back up a slight bit. What is it that you're offering in return for this?
Well,
most intriguing art.
You're not in the right position. This is obviously a man of authority and Pubanis. You should be on a knee at least. Take.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
That's fair. So I take a knee, and the whole time I'm talking while I take it, and I'm like, well, I'm a man who solves lots of problems. What's one soul? I could get you easily 100, even 1,000. I'm that good.
How does my insight play?
In exchange for one, you would give me 1,000?
Absolutely.
So
You're gonna see
as
him
that
just kind of
statement
like
finishes-
snap his fingers, and you're gonna see this scroll roll out, and you're just gonna see letters written in abyssal just start forming across the page.
Oh, just keep digging that hole, man. Just keep digging that shit out.
as that starts to write and stuff like that, and our lovely Robert McLean is about to drop some insect unholiness on this fucking devil. I'm going to run, use the now bent down Rudy as a fucking springboard to get the height I need to be head level with this fucking pit fiend. And I am just swinging for the fences on the side of this dude's head.
Can we do a Marvel tag team move between all of us? Because we were like planning for this.
We are literally going to do. That is what's gonna happen. Manatee,
yes.
I need you to roll for your fucking thing. Chris, I'm gonna need Aaron, true Aaron, as we keep referring to him as, to roll for stability, and I need you to roll for athletics, and then we'll go to your swing after that. Frank, are you also going to try to take a swing at the back of the head while he's swinging at the front?
Oh, at that point, since he leveled himself out so he can still kind of see me, I'm going straight for his guts with the hammer.
All right, I need you to roll for an attack then. Go ahead and give it to me.
Detention.
Oh,
All right.
Who flips first?
who pulled?
Go ahead, all of you. I'm still shuffling. Oh!
Okay,
Fuck
so
yeah.
the seven of spades for the athletics of a raging barbarian. Okay.
Hold
So-
on. Don't. We're not going for the attack yet. I'm just doing that.
Well, I'm
'Cause
assuming
this is
standard
what you
range
guys had-
applies.
That's not. Fuck that. Why are the jokers keep showing?
Oh, 7.
DM can
attack
retcon
swing.
mid-story. Fuck rules. All right.
So,
I got a joker
Bam.
for the swing.
All of you have won your first action. Frank is going for the stab. Manatee casts his plague or his bug swarm, and you guys kind of like see the Manatee start. You hear him start to do his prayer as Chris takes his first step forward to go for the onto Rudy's back, and you see the paladin settle out and go in for the rush to kind of like plant the blade into the stomach. And you're going to see this beautiful montage as everything just kind of like the swarm kind of like he starts batting it away as it starts to form on him. And Chris is perfectly up head height and he's going for the swing. And Frank's coming in underneath with the blade at the stomach.
Heads up, it's not a blade, it was a warhammer. I'm trying to crush his guts. I'm not
Okay.
stabbing anything.
I was going to say, mind if I ask a question, though?
Yes.
Can I make this
No, I might. Fuck you. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
May I make this plague appear anywhere?
Yes. Yeah,
They're coming out of his mouth. They're coming out of his mouth.
Okay. I like it. You won high enough on that one. So yeah, he's swatting away. So he's pretty much distracted with that swarm that is now spewing out of his mouth. Chris and Frank, give me attack rolls at advantage.
Oh God, I hope. Okay. With advantage, I got a 4 and a fucking jack. So
Nice.
I need some.
Damn. Your jack wins on that one. So you're gonna land your hit. Frank, could you or host? Could you roll for Aaron's attack? Or excuse me, Frank's attack.
With
And,
advantage.
all right, that's going to hit as well. So you guys land both your blow to the stomach. You're going to see as he kind of like leans forward from the hit is when the axe comes across and it connects and you sever one of the horns right off his head.
What's with you and horns?
Because he had horns. What the fuck he want?
No, wait, no. Was it Frank's character that got the horn off?
No, that's right.
Okay.
No, that was me.
I was going to say, what's with you and horns?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me about the horn.
No.
All right, so using that momentum, I'm now gonna slam the axe into this thing's back to slow my descent behind it.
So as you connect, you're not going to clear him. You're just going to get up to the level where you could have swung and been able to hit. So you're
Okay.
dropping down in front of him, kind of right next to where Frank's at.
Okay, well then, same thing. I'm gonna slow my descent by slamming my axe into its chest.
All right, so go ahead and give me a roll for that.
All right.
Because
not great.
you're gonna be this one. He's falling
4.
backwards. Oh yeah, you're gonna miss as he's like trailing backwards, trying to get away from you.
All right.
And you're gonna see him kind of like fall into one of his buildings and kind of like crash into it and fall.
Oh wait, he's just falling off the side of the building?
Yeah, he fell into the building.
Awesome. I look at Frank and I'm like, break the girl free now, let's go!
She was already broke free. Frank already broke
Oh
free,
shit,
and
right.
that's what when you guys were about to turn to leave was when he landed. So yeah,
Then-
so you guys are just fucking taking off, heading back towards the portal.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Rudy's gonna grab her because out of everybody here, he's the most useless
The biggest.
combat-wise. No. That's definitely Frank or Constantine. But we want Constantine to be able to smack people with his giant hammer. And
I mean, he does have one more smite left.
and
as you guys
I'm just running for the exit.
So how long does your plague last, Manatee?
Good question. Plague duration. With concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so you're not going to concentrate. So you're going to hear as you guys are running off away, the last bugs kind of leave his face as he's he's going to scream enraged.
Just as a heads up, as everyone's running away, I am going to turn around, look at him, and smite him before.
Well, he's not going to get back out of the house. You'd have to go in after him.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Unless you're just hitting a toe.
No, I'm gonna walk in after him and smite him out. He's still kind of catching himself.
Jesus Christ. So as you run in and go ahead and give me a roll, buddy. Add advantage. He's like, well, putting that one away.
Oh, no. It's a king, actually, over the 9.
All right, so
Whoa.
you go ahead and you cast your smite and you plant that hammer into his chest, and you're going to feel the bone kind of crack and give a little bit.
Can I ride
as you
the hammer?
Slam into him. We're already in the action. Otherwise, that would have been great.
Like, as it's sweet, I just want to grab it, ride it over, and just drop kick the hammer with it.
No, that would be awesome.
Oh.
As he's swinging it down, it's going to connect, and you're going to feel like the chest cavity where you're smacking him is going to kind of like bow in a little bit. And you're going to see a big puff of the bugs come out of his face. As he kind of like turns off to the side, and you make your exit and try to escape with the group.
I'm going to, as he's rolled over, I'm just going to follow it up with the axe to the back of his head.
To get to his head is going to be a little difficult. Free of flesh on him, but body shots are wide and available.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna make it worthwhile. I'm gonna go for the through the back, Blood Eagle style towards his heart.
All right. So as he's like kind of getting up, you're gonna take your swing.
No. Fuck yes.
All right. That blade is gonna land and it's gonna hit, but you're gonna see it embed a little bit, but it's not gonna go all the way through into the heart.
Good enough. I'm gonna keep stomping that blade until it goes through.
Well, as you go, after you hit, he stands up and lets out his scream of rage. He's gonna turn around and he's gonna swipe his hand across, trying to hit you. So we'll do an opposed roll for this one.
All right. Jack of Hearts.
All right, so he's gonna miss with that swing, 9 of hearts. So he's gonna swing by, and your axe is still embedded in his back as he swings over you, and he's kind of like coming out of the building. As he gets out, you see him kind of like reaching back, trying to grab the handle of it.
I'm a dwarf. I'm short. I'm gonna slide through, hop up, and drop kick the axe head in deeper.
All right, go ahead and give me another roll.
See what I got.
Going into a
9 in
bloodthirsty
spades.
rage.
Guys, just
I got
raging
9
on
of
this
hearts.
thing.
Oh, wait, no, that's the one I just pulled. So
9 spades.
8 of diamonds.
Point of clarity: how tall is this demon again? Like 2 stories tall or something?
Yes, he is about 15 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So this is going to be one of those really difficult.
I'm fucking straight up Attack on Titan in this motherfucker.
So as you go to plant the blade in, you're going to hit it so hard that it's actually going to go into your boots.
Okay.
Because you got a battle axe that's a double broad-headed blade. So you're actually going to cut the bottom of your shoes as you land in. So as you press, you stop pressing in just the moment where you would have been able to push through, because you would end up probably cutting your fucking feet in half.
Oh no, my Jordans.
Right?
So you're going to connect and just be like, ah, and come back down. And he's just going to kind of stumble forward, grab the axe, and he's just going to throw your axe at you.
Oh no.
Oh, I hope he fails this.
Oh.
Queen of fucking spades.
8 of hearts.
Oh. So as he hucks the axe at you,
I only take half damage. I'm raging.
you're gonna see as he hucks the axe at you, and it's gonna be a pretty square hit, and it's going to smack into that bottle that you still have in your fucking hand for some reason. It's going to send the glass shards in it embedded into your armor and knock you prone onto your back.
Like, I'm not even worried about getting up at this point. I'm just licking the liquor before it can like hit the ground. And what's left, and then you broke my booze.
Frank, what do you do, buddy?
At this point,
He's gonna straight like sure you can uppercut nuts on this devil.
Hold on. Let's find out what Frank's doing.
At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a Ragnat, take what's left of my communion wine, stick it in his mouth, and pull him and beeline it away.
All right. So as you kind of like you hear the screams of the devil writhing in pain, is find them, and you're gonna hear that sound as you see a whole bunch of those mosquitoes start pouring out of the inside of some of these houses.
I summoned spirit guardians again to distract them.
Okay.
Worked last time.
Slice them up this time.
Okay. All right. So you go ahead and you summon your spirit guardians, and the same exact shit happens. It deters everybody's look, and they're just like, ah, and going for that.
Yep, and we're getting the fuck out of there. Looney Tunes style.
You're using like divine intervention, like their Pokemon.
So as you guys are getting through the woods,
Oh, look, shiny.
You guys go past the area where the chain devils were, and you see nothing but dead mosquito corpses in a pile. As you guys are trailing through, sprinting towards the exit. I'm assuming you guys are just hauling ass.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you've got you two up front. God damn it, Rudy and Robert. Yep. I had to find the name again. So Rudy and Robert, you're up front with the girl. You guys got a little bit ways ahead of these guys, a good, 200 meters ahead as you're hauling ass. And you see these guys kind of like bringing up the rear. The portal gate thing tube of meat starts to come into view. And you guys see the coast is clear. We're golden, baby. It's happening. How the fuck am I going to close this gate? Washes over in your head, Rudy, as you get up close to it.
Fuck. And Rudy's looking around and he's like, all right, get the girl inside. I'll figure something out. And he's looking around and he grabs some of the like ash from around the portal.
Mm-hmm. Manatee, you're moving through the gate, right?
I'm pulling
Okay.
her through.
And
All right, you're pulling her through.
He looks at Constantine. He's like, "You got any juice left?"
Actually, as I'm holding,
That's his third smite. He's out.
Yeah, I'm sitting there holding Ragnar. He's been drinking the juice, and like I'm literally cradling him, holding the bottle like in his mouth, so he doesn't do anything.
As you guys start to have the conversation, you'll hear the big old whooshing sound and thud.
Oh no! What?
At this point, I'll take the bottle out of my mouth. You guys go. I've got a party to finish.
At this point,
All right.
I literally drop him and just run through.
I toss the rest of my Rudy snacks to him. It's been nice knowing you, Rudy. Oh, not Rudy. Fucking
Ragnar.
Rag. God
So
damn it.
Ragnar, I'm gonna describe the end scene here. So as Ragnar stands up with like 4 mini bottles in his face.
Hang on. Once they all depart through the portal and they can't hear me anymore, Rudy will turn around and he'll go, "Oh, great God, Bacchus, I have lived in the way you have taught me in the hedonistic ways of alcohol. Please bless my might," as he just downs the 4 bottles.
As he comes down from the 4 bottles, completely drained, you're gonna see and almost only can be described as a divine intervention burning through the chest of the character, as he kind of engulfs in light, and he has the realization as he looks over towards the gate, as the last of you seeps through, and you can see him bring the axe down on the back side of the gate, and you see the blade. All of a sudden, everything that vortex snaps black as you guys are pulled through, and the flesh starts to roll off of the wall, as now my man's is locked in combat on the other side, never to be seen again.
Well,
I think that'll do.
we lost Hopper.
Damn it, we lost Hopper.
He was such a good boy.
Alrighty, that'll be it for the first story of season 2 of 3 Dames and a Tale.
I want to bring this up because in a previous episode there was a human that was trapped in the body of a dog. And what it seems like we have now is we have a dog that was trapped in the body of a dog.
All right, I gotta go, fellas.
All right, we're out of here.
Take it easy.